Welcome, I'm Bastet. I'll be running your operation. The project's official name is the Adventurers' Research of Abnormal Civilian Experiences, or Project Arrowace for short, to investigate the unusual occurrences that have been happening everywhere recently. I've hired you all for your hands-on experiences.
I'm going to be honest, I think we should run.
I don't know, I'm not a wizard in real life.
Tentacles belong in the ocean!
I also lost all my food, so Delphi, in a few hours you might start looking really delicious.
Okay. You can't just kind of hand wave and say, oh yes, it's clearly from another plane of reality, without that implying a lot about a very powerful wizard doing it, or a university of powerful wizards doing it, or a god doing it.
It lets us know that when these other anomalies have been happening, it's potentially due to the use of temporal or spatial magic.
Who are you? I saw you in some kind of dream, but I think there's more to it than that. We need to talk.
I can't tell you exactly why I did all the things I did, but I did them. Okay?
Can everyone please roll for initiative?
Oh, I nearly cussed so hard.
I'd like to go to the little worship area for Praetor, sort of in the tower, where there'll be like a plaque for my mother and like the rest of the family who've died and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, so is this like attached to your living quarters, or?
I think it's part of the whole building. You know, kind of like how they'll have like a little church in a hospital.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you head in there. I feel like maybe this is my Western upbringing, but I think a stained glass window in this kind of context is probably really lovely. And then I think there are some plaques with lots of your ancestors' names on them, and obviously your mum's is the freshest plaque that has been laid. But you can see hundreds of ancestors, you know, your family lineage going right back. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna just sit by the little pedestal worship area and kind of just try and open my heart to Praetor or to my mother, and just I just need someone to tell me what to do. I'm bad at, you know, doing stuff that's not following orders. I just need to know what I should do.
Can you roll me a religion check, please?
This is a 9. You are getting disqualified, dice.
These are the mountain goats dice, are they?
No, that was the longest John's dice. Yeah, the one that usually rolls like crits for me constantly.
Yeah.
I've rolled like
What is going on?
a 7, an 8, and a 13 or whatever.
Woof, 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 woof.
The dog? What?
Yeah. You head in there and you sit for a long time, and you feel so sort of full of emotions. You know, you ache with this sense of loss and loss of direction, the feeling of being completely taken unawares, the fact that this is not what you expected, and from what Tor has said, the reception that you get from your home isn't what you expected it to be, and you think you might burst with the feeling that you have, and
and you think surely this will be enough. But you've never been all too religiously inclined, and you don't get a sense of anything.
Mm-mm.
After a while, you just open your eyes, and it's just you, surrounded by the echoes of the people who came before you.
Yeah, I am gonna go get a midnight snack and then go to bed.
Okay. Yeah, as you're all kind of turning down for bed, Delphi, as you wind down for bed, right before you're about to fall asleep, when you're just kind of on the edges of consciousness, two things occur to you completely naturally. The first thing is that Tor is definitely hiding something from his sister. And the second thing that plants into your brain as a fully formed thought, as if it's always been there, is the knowledge that Lord Arthurdale is lying.
Okay.
So, long rest!
Yay!
Next day!
Hurrah.
Yay! What would you... it's a new day in Gaimaros. What would you guys like to do?
I would like to, if I can, meet Delphi and Tor and whoever Tor's second is sort of on the training, in the training grounds, and basically just like start like running through stuff and what we can do, get to know Tor's second in battle a little better, and like, because I'm used to working with Delphi in a team, work on like duo drills and stuff together. Or while also just like, you know, catching up on what I've missed while I've been gone.
Awesome. I think maybe before we do that, Will, if you're happy, we could maybe go and find your second, and we can have a little bit of a role play of that. So do you have someone specific in mind?
I do. So, someone else in the organisation what I am part of, called Agriana. Like, I was...
Agriana.
Agriana.
Ooh, is that your little girlfriend?
Why did you do that in your character voice? You're not here.
Because it's exactly what she would do.
Yeah,
She's not here.
She's not here!
Stop breaking my immersion. Respect kayfabe.
Yeah, but you think this is exactly what Toz would do.
It's like I can hear her voice across the city.
So where would you go and seek out Agriana?
I probably know where she lives, to be honest, because we walk home like after meeting and she's on the way.
Awesome. Okay.
I bet Eiriol and I are making the exact same face right now.
She's a bit lower in the city, sort of just above one of the main engine rooms, so it's noisy.
Are you kind of going in incognito in terms of like how you're dressed, or what's the plan?
Just dressed in like everyday clothing, with a hood, with like a hooded cloak, not one that's pulled up necessarily, but he's not wearing any particularly like clear jewelry or anything like that. It's always quite funny seeing someone in a hooded cloak who happens to be a Loxodon, because it's like you got big ears there to get the hood over.
Yeah, I was thinking that's like, is that the character art on D&D Beyond for Loxodon, but maybe not. Cool. Okay, so you head down to the sort of the middle city. You knock on Agriana's door. How old is she? Is she like your kind of age?
She's a bit older. She's
okay.
She's probably slightly older than Tohsya, and she's been sort of going to the meetings as long as Tor has, and it's kind of been like a bit of a mentor figure, I guess.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. Yeah, so she kind of answers the door, and she's like, "Oh, Tor, how can I help you?"
Sorry, I know there's no meeting today, but can I ask you for a favour?
I mean, it depends on the favour, but sure. What can I help you with?
Well, if you've got the time, you know I've got to do this thing with my sister. And I mean, Tor would have told her about it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, but I didn't think that was for a while, though.
It's not, but we've got to practice, and I need to have a second, so I thought with the thing that you can do with your axe, that would be quite a cool thing for you to do if you'd be happy to.
I mean, yeah, that's weird, but sure, yeah, I'm happy to. Is it today or?
That's the plan. We're gonna spar today.
Okay.
So I know we've trained together a bit, so I thought because we kind of understand each other, if yeah.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Give me 1 second. I'll just pack some things. Have you mentioned this to Aurelius?
No, but it's not. Well, it's not organization business, is it? No, it's not convocation business.
No, but I imagine that he'll be pretty interested to know that you're potentially, well, you know, you're his favourite and everything. I feel like he might see it as a good thing that you've maybe got a shot at some kind of power.
I don't know. Tohsya's much stronger than me. I'm just trying to show her.
That's what my axe is for, isn't it?
It is. No, I haven't told Aurelius.
Tor, you're not thinking of just throwing the fight, are you?
Well, you know me. I don't want to take the lordship.
But think about what it could do for the organization. Just having you as a figurehead, even.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Well, why don't we see how the sparring goes, and if I can give her a decent match, then I will when we go for the actual thing. And I'd feel much better about that with you in my corner as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm 100% down to test my mettle. This is exciting.
It is. Sorry, do you need to drop your girls off, or are they at school already?
Oh no, they're at school already.
Okay.
Thank you for thinking of that, though. I will need to pop off a little bit during the day, if that's alright.
No, that's fine. You can, I mean, you just have to take care of them extra quickly, right?
Well, sure, I don't have staff I can hand them over to, but you know what? I think they'd enjoy watching us spar. That would be fun.
Yeah. Okay. We could do that.
Yeah. Listen, let me pen a quick letter to Aurelius as well. I reckon it's important that he knows about this stuff. You might even get a smile out of him from behind the mask.
Well, that'd be nice. Okay.
All right. Well, I'll see you up there.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah. While Tor is doing this, is there anything that you two would like to do, Toz and Delphi, together to just kind of like get warmed up or anything like that?
Yeah, I think I'll try and find out if I can where we'll be floating, get a sense of the space, go through sort of the stuff that I can do with Delphi so that we can maybe, work together even better in a fight.
So you would already know this, which is that there is a specific dueling hall. It's kind of adjacent to the government buildings in Gaimaris. It's not exclusively used for this, there are events and things. It's a bit grander than this, but it's kind of like a old Victorian judicial house meets high school PE sports hall.
Yeah, I know
thing.
exactly what you mean.
You already know the kind of the building that it's going to be in. You know that it's used for kind of special occasions and events, but mostly it's used for kind of for sparring of this kind. You wouldn't be able to practice in there.
Yeah.
So you would you would kind of have a decent idea of its layout.
That's all I kind of wanted to know, yeah. I mean, and then, yeah, I'll just share with Delphi the stuff that I can do, which is basically, I'm just going to quickly, just for Eiriol's knowledge, so I can move you, and I can switch positions with you.
Okay.
I'm just looking at what other moves I have. Quick toss means I can just throw stuff, not super important for you, and then riposte means if someone hits me, I can hit them back. So yeah, basically I can move you about if you need me to,
Okay.
is the main thing.
Delphi literally can't do anything to support other people.
That's fine.
Delphi, she can cast Wall of Light, and that's about it.
Exciting.
Other than that, yeah, unless you want to be banished, other than that, you're
You can banish other people though, that's great.
or they can scry, but that's really not helpful.
Yeah. I'm also going to kind of say that, firstly, I just want to say I really appreciate your help in this because you know it's important to me. And not to get, like, rude about it, but it means a lot, and I consider you a friend. And thank you. But the other thing is, if I remember, you don't have siblings, do you? It's just you and your dad.
I have a sister.
You have a sister?
Yes.
Older or younger?
Younger.
Younger. Then I suppose you understand. Look, I really don't want to hurt Tor. So my focus is probably going to be toward his second. As much as I'm assuming it's another sweet little sweet kid his age, but I don't, I want to avoid this as much conflict as possible. Whether that means, if you do sort of try to stop him from doing whatever he's doing, because he's a magic user. He, my focus is going to be on getting her down and then restraining him or something similar. And if you need to, she's like struggling a bit. If you need to hurt him a little, that's fine. We can't win the fight if we pull our punches too much. But do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry. Must be a bit weird to be caught up in the family drama.
I'm less worried about the family drama, more worried about your society as a whole.
I can respect that.
How you deal with your family is yours. But this isn't just yours anymore.
Yeah, well, look. No matter what happens in the fight, power isn't going to officially change hands. Although it may change my uncle's attitude, and I mean, we're not supposed to question any of this, but if we have an opportunity, I would be very intrigued to find out why this is happening. Ellie, do we have the name? He said the other people who would be attending the fight, right?
Yes, it's the other lords. So you've got Lord Balgair, who's the Lord of Strength. He's real old.
Yeah.
He's real old, but he's got quite a lot of vitality considering his age. He's been around a long time, but he's still kicking. You've got Lord Megan of Knowledge. She's also quite old. She's a bit more of a sort of librarian type vibe.
Yeah, she's my dad's boss. I wouldn't know her.
Yes, yeah, you know Meg.
Yeah.
Meg's great. Then you've got Lord Sorn of Culture. He's again very on the older side, like similar in age to your uncle. And then there's Lord Brogid of Sustenance, and she's quite a new addition. She was appointed maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
Okay.
She's quite young.
Quite green.
Very green and very, like, nerdy from whenever you've seen her. She's, like, very unsure of herself.
Well, great thing for the person who's providing food and resources to the city to be.
Yeah!
Awesome! Very cool, very cool.
Yeah. Very cool, very, very cool.
Okay, I'm gonna make a mental note of that, but I will wait for Tor and his friend to show up.
Cool. While you are waiting, a little male boy kind of comes past
Sorry.
As opposed to a femboy.
Sorry, Ellie, when you said male boy, I was like, as opposed to a female boy?
As opposed to a femboy, yeah.
Femboys! No, a femboy mailman comes past.
Wonderful.
God, I hate you all. I hate you all so much. So a postman, is that better? Are you satisfied?
He's a post boy.
Post boy.
Rather than a pre-boy.
Congratulations on their surgery.
Yeah. There's no good way to say it.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Sorry, Ellie.
A mail carrier? No.
A postal worker is the official term.
A mail carrier.
Rather than a female carrier.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry,
yeah.
Ellie, that's my fault.
Yeah.
We've beat that horse to death.
Good.
Let's go.
I think it would have happened no matter what. A postman comes past, and the kind of the area that you're training in is adjacent to Lord Atherdale's office, and he kind of looks around and he says, "Oh, I'm supposed to have somebody sign for these. Is it okay if I get you two?"
Sure. Tohsya, in full character, just signs it before reading it.
Nice. You sign the paper. He goes, "Okay, great, thank you," and pops off and leaves the letters with you. Yeah, there's a couple of bits of mail addressed to your uncle. Two things jump out at you. One of them is obviously just a little bit of junk mail, but you recognize it as the truth teller.
Oh my god, yeah!
It's a deep cut. It's a deep cut.
I'll pocket that.
Awesome. That one, there's a couple of of headlines on the front page. Some of them are silly, so there's...
Actually, I'm giving it to Delphi, because I think she'll find it interesting.
Awesome. So Delphi, there's a couple of kind of stupid ones, like Kalacta hates democracy, isn't a god just a bigger king?
Not incorrect.
Just some fun, silly headlines.
Braw, a fiction. Have you ever actually met anyone from Braw? These are all actually provided by Katie.
I absolutely knew they were.
Yeah. Did they get the moon one in?
Yeah, where's the one about the moon?
There isn't anything about the moon. There's one that does jump out at you. It says, "Secret clerics control House of Creation."
Okay.
The other thing, Toz, that you notice is that the handwriting on one of these letters is really familiar. Can I get you to roll a history check?
Yes. I'm gonna pick. So the GM of Me and Will's other podcast, A Rendezvous with Destiny, gave me this dice. She famously does not roll between 5 and 15 ever.
Whoa!
Spicy roll.
Again! That is a... What am I rolling? History?
Yeah.
17, baby, plus 5.
Nice. As you look at this this handwriting, you recognize it from somewhere, and it dawns on you. You know exactly who wrote this letter. It is in the unmistakable scrawl of Morgan Serenity Aldrich.
And it's for my uncle.
It's for your uncle.
Do I have... I'm gonna, find a little match and some water, and I'm steaming this letter open.
Awesome.
Hello, you lovely lot. It's me, it's only Chloe. You know the drill by now. It's break time. Go get a drink, go get a snack, look after yourselves. But in the meantime, you might consider listening to little old me, because I'm here to tell you ways you can support our lovely little podcast. The best way you can support us is by joining our Patreon. For as little as £3 per month, you will get a shout out on the podcast and access to our patron-only Discord. Plus, there's a bunch of other tiers on there with much more exciting benefits, like access to our bonus content, our side quest episodes, for example. You can have access to DM notes and character sheets. You can get your own personalized message right here in the middle. Woo! And you can even have the opportunity to play TTRPG with us, with the cast. And we're basically celebrities at this point. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You can find that at patreon.com/Deck of Many Aces. Be sure to check it out. You can even join for free and get updates that way. Of course, if you're not prepared to pay per month, you can always make a one-time donation to our supporter Acast link, which is right there in the episode description. Today's promo is for Wing Women. Wing Women are a super cool, queer-led, semi-historical, award-winning TTRPG podcast based on the real-life Night Witches, all-women pilots of Russia's 588th Night Bomber Aviation Regiment in World War II. You can find them wherever you find your good podcasts or on Twitter at Wing Women Pod. Roll the trailer!
Incoming message coming from the 588.
Good morning, recruits. Welcome to hell.
This is basic training. No one's supposed to die.
Wing Women is a semi-historical actual play podcast.
Have you pissed anyone off recently?
No one I can think of. While I run through the bulleted indexed list of people we've pissed off in the last couple of days.
They endure discrimination from their male counterparts.
All of your beds have been carried out of the nurse's station and placed in the middle of the jogging track.
I don't think it was Ivan. He's weak.
Against this bitter setting, our 4 motley heroines gain the chance to experience queer joy, gender euphoria, and equality for the first and perhaps the only time in their lives.
How obvious am I being?
See, I've kind of always thought that there is a level to some of us in this barracks that's visible.
Have you been using the word shenanigans?
I've been experimenting.
Where did you learn that word?
Until the next mission, this is us, signing off.
You guys can head down to the docks. Liberty will join you eventually. And I take it, Raina, you're going to be seeking out the symbol that you carved.
Yes, is my sad pattern still there?
The pattern with the sense of loss is no longer there.
What a loss.
What a loss.
Hey, do I feel rested?
Are you trying to ask me something covertly, or
I'm trying to ask if
genuinely...
if it's been like have my magic reset?
Yeah, do we get a long rest in that time?
Oh god, that's a really good question. I don't know.
We're just getting data points, Ellie. We want to know what's going on.
It's a good recipe for a TPK if we don't.
Yeah. I think you feel somewhat rested, but not properly rested. So I'm going to say you short rest.
Right, okay.
Every time you reset.
In which case, Raina, that bead I gave you has expired.
Okay.
And I will give you another one.
Can I change to a warlock?
Rip. Hey, listen, you've got plenty of spells. You'll be fine.
Fun fact, I almost multi-classed him into warlock.
Oh my god! What warlock?
I didn't think about it that hard.
Okay.
Damn!
Well,
that would have been cute.
Soorlock is a classic.
Mm-hmm.
Soorlock is a horrible way of putting it.
Have you not heard the phrase Soorlock before?
It's the phrase. It's the way.
Oh, bad.
It was going to be like a clockwork deity or something.
That's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, that would have been sick.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. No markings.
So,
well, damn.
Things have physically changed. Things have moved. So it's all pointing to actual physical time resetting.
The marking. Sorry, the marking isn't there anymore.
No.
This feels intentional. If it's at the border of the city, what are the odds that a random natural event would choose the borders instead of capturing, say...
You'd expect like a perfect sphere.
Yes, exactly. The uptown or downtown regions might be outside the sphere, but they're not.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, you're right. Have you had any idea whatsoever, any clue or hint indicating any physical place we should go and check out?
Not really.
Well, cool, so we're just hanging about spitballing.
I just hope it's not the ball.
So do I. I cast Detect Magic.
Yeah, okay.
Chronomancy!
I was going to say, let me get on the schools of magic. Da 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 da.
Chronomancy technically isn't a school of magic, funnily enough. But I think we've, well, not in the main game, but I think we probably can argue that it's a detectable, distinct thing here.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I would say it's chronomancy and then enchantment.
Enchantment. So is it like just like infusing everything?
Yeah, it's just like a very it's like a you mentioned like the idea of like a perfect sphere. It's kind of a bit like that where you can see it almost like extends into the sky above you and off into the distance, and it's sort of like almost a fine sprinkling of this magic where like everywhere that you can look, but it's not particularly concentrated in any place that you can see.
Well, it's magic.
A step in the right direction, at least. Bit of information.
Yep, step in the right direction.
I tell you what, in my experience, the best way to find out some more information when you don't know where to start is the tavern.
Yeah, I was about to say the library, but sure, that demonstrates our differing life experiences.
Well, fair enough.
Also, I'm just doing everything I can here. Ellie, can I do an Arcana check to know if I know anything at all about this that I, Katie, wouldn't know?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
I want to see if Morgan has any brain cells today. No, she doesn't. That's the 7 plus 8 is 15.
That's not terrible. I don't think Morgan knows anything specifically, but the idea or the suggestion that this isn't something naturally occurring makes a lot of sense to you and aligns with how you understand time magic to work as a general principle. So, tavern or library?
Well, I vote library.
I don't know if it'd be open. It's like 8 p.m. I'd have to break into the library again. I don't know. They might have changed the way you break into the library.
Now I will say 8 p.m. perfect time for the tavern.
Yeah. Okay. Go for it.
Let's see what these people really remember.
Okay.
This is the one in which Raina strides into a tavern and tries to chat people up.
Oh!
That was a great scene transition line, I just want to say.
Yes it was. Yeah. Awesome. So you are heading to the tavern. You just going to the closest one you can see, or are you heading for a specific part of town?
I'll go to the nearest or busiest looking one, unless Morgan manages to detect any particular magical flares or anything in any particular direction, which I'm going to guess is a no. So head somewhere busy.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be too quiet, otherwise I'll rouse suspicion.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you head into the Knight's Axe, and it's looking pretty busy. It looks like a kind of a combination of just kind of like shop workers, people on their days off. Like it's just a busy evening. What would you guys like to do?
I mean, the others can follow me if they want, but I'm gonna kind of distance myself slightly and sit down or I'll get a drink and then I'll sit down at a table with someone, like you say, like the shop workers and stuff, like someone that looks like just a ordinary, like working class kind of person or group of people, and just slide in and go, what day of the week is it?
The days don't exist in the same way.
I know. Is it like the middle of the week or the end of the weekend, or is it the beginning of the week?
It's the weekend.
It's the weekend, and I'll be like, I'll sit down and go, whoa. Well, aren't I glad it's the end of the week? What about you lot?
This group of people looks at you with some confusion, as like you clearly like hold yourself in a kind of rough and ready way, but you're also wearing like a really fancy waistcoat.
And also you're not a tiefling.
And also you're not a tiefling. Yeah, that's true.
I definitely look like a criminal, don't I?
You definitely look like a criminal, yeah. So they kind of sort of look at you a little bit weirdly and kind of like turn away from you a little bit.
Should introduce myself, so sorry. My name's Annabelle. Nice to meet you. And I like go to like shake their hands individually, and I just say, "Oh, I'm here. I work for a polling company. Just, you know, we like going around and seeing what people think of the city, you know, and pass it on, see how we can improve stuff. So, you know, I've just got like a little questionnaire, but I'll like try and make it fun. I know it's a little bit boring. If you don't mind, I'll buy a drink."
You get a gold piece for participating. You hear the voice from around the back.
Ah, thank you. That is the answer to the question I was about to ask. Good.
Brilliant.
Can I get you to roll a deception check first, though? Because that's not true.
Of course it's
that's
not
the
true.
truth. You are a liar. A lying liar who lies.
22.
Yeah, that's fine.
She is part of a government agency, and she is asking people questions to see what they think about the city.
I mean, after the whole murder thing, we may not work for the government anymore, but yeah.
It's fine. Basta hasn't responded yet.
That's okay. Tomorrow never comes, so you never have to deal with it.
Oh my god, it's something Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah. Oh gosh, literally, because she's a kitty.
I'll pay people a gold piece if they want to take part in my poll, quotation mark.
I'm gonna just roll a dice real quick. Yeah, so I think most people are not particularly interested in talking to you because they'd rather just be enjoying their weekend, and I think you kind of have the energy of like one of those Amazon surveys where it's like, this is not really worth like a £25 Amazon voucher, like I have better things to do with my time.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me, I would definitely need one of those £25 Amazon vouchers as long as it wasn't a raffle for one of them. They're usually a raffle. I don't want a chance of getting an Amazon voucher. I want an Amazon.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. You end up with two sort of stocky tieflings who are receptive to you, and seeing as Morgan piped up as well, like the rest of the party can kind of come over and sit with them, and they're happy to answer any questions that you might have about the city.
So I begin and I'm like, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your general well-being, you know, like your health, how you're feeling yourself in relation to what it's like to live here in Edinburgh?
That's an interesting question. This is a terrible voice to do.
Why did you choose that voice?
I don't know why I chose that voice, but I can't keep it up. And also, like, I was like, do something distinctive. That's too distinctive. Yeah, that's an interesting question. I feel like, for the most part, it's fine. I feel like they could maybe pay us more, and I don't know if it's because of the damp, but I feel like people have been getting sick a lot more recently. I don't know if it's probably the damp and the mould.
You've been sleeping all right? It stinks of sleep deprivation to me.
Yeah, no, I've been sleeping fine. Weird dreams, mind.
Dreams? What kind of dreams?
Weird dreams. Like, sometimes I'm like a fish. I'm like fighting the clouds.
A flying fish?
Nah. I'm just fighting them like conceptually.
Oh, you're fighting the clouds? I thought you said flying.
Yeah. No, I'm fighting the clouds.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And it's sort of like the clouds and it's sort of like the water.
Right.
It's kind of both.
How long have you been having these dreams for?
I'm just gonna get this poor man to do a wisdom saving throw.
I'm just here like poking, going, do something.
he stares he sort of starts to think about it, and then he sort of stares into the middle distance for a long time, and then his eyes kind of widen a little bit, and then he goes, I don't know. Like, ages.
Ages like...
Ages and...
Years and years and years, or like...
No, not years. Like... You can notice he's getting like a tiny, tiny little nosebleed.
Oh no! No! I don't know!
Do his eyes start bleeding?
Oh gosh. Oh.
And then he goes, eh.
Hey, just
when do I get paid for this? Is it like before or during or after?
Oh, it's after, sorry, protocol. I would love to give you the money now, but my boss will have my head if he knows that I've been giving people money before they finish the questionnaire, I've got question 2 here. It's, how often do you take a holiday, trip outside the city, go visit somewhere else?
Oh, I can't afford that. Where would I go? Navrosh?
Who want to go to Navrosh, am I right?
No, it's a terrible place. No, I don't really.
So you've never been outside? Nah. Would you not even go have a little walk?
I've been up and down the coast a little bit when I was a kid, but I just haven't been on holiday in a couple of years.
All right. Have you had to leave the city for any other reason, business reasons or anything?
No, I work in construction, so it's pretty much busy all the time here because the buildings are falling down and all that.
Yeah, makes sense. Would you say that your experience is pretty regular around people that you know?
What does that mean?
As in, you say you don't often have a holiday. Is that similar to the people that you converse with day to day?
Yeah, I would say so. Although I used to work for this bloke, right? He was what was his name? It was real fancy. Like he goes on holidays all the time. He's a big business owner. He asked us to do a whole restructuring of the docks and things.
Oh.
Yeah. He was away all the time. But that's the only person I really know.
What kind of restructuring were you doing? Is that a building of the boardwalks and stuff?
Yeah. He's just a bit of a, them types, those like business tycoons. I think he's working on some hotel chains up in the north of the city now. Just on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. I didn't like working for him, to be honest. He was a bit of an unpleasant character.
One of those ones where you could have been building something useful, but instead your real building was already there.
Yeah, that kind of fella.
I get it.
Yeah.
I used to work in construction myself.
You did?
Yeah, I did. Those were the days.
Are you sure about this, right?
What kind of construction? What kind of construction?
Oh, this and that. Bit of a handy person.
Okay, another deception check, please.
You could have just said like shipbuilding or something that you might know something about.
I can't get below a 13 on this, it's fine.
Sorry, Morgan's not in this pub, so I can't.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, Morgan's here. You're all here.
Yeah, I had thought about it for 5 seconds and realised that she's gonna have perhaps trouble and attention in a big tiefling pub.
Oh. Would you guys rather be at the library and then we can split the party?
I'm going to be like lurking by the entrance where I can see what's going. I'm just kind of leaning against the wall and trying to be unsubtle. So I'm trying to be subtle. Sorry. So I'm in the room, but I'm not talking to people. I'm probably casually pointing my gravimeter at things. I don't know what Equilibrium's doing.
Yeah, what's Equilibrium doing?
Equilibrium is casting Identify as a ritual on anything he can get his hands on to try and see if there's a spell affecting it. Also, in between bursts of this, he is slowly cleaning the pub tables with prestidigitation.
Nice. Incredible.
I got an 18 deception, by the way.
That's fine. Yeah, that's all good. I can't remember if you asked a question.
No, I was just telling him that I used to work in construction.
Yeah.
So, I've got one last question on my questionnaire here for you. And it's just nothing to be alarmed by or anything. It's just kind of a routine thing, just to check everything's okay. Have you noticed anything weird or strange going on in the city recently? Specifically to do with magic?
I mean, no. I don't feel like... I'm not really... Magic isn't really my kind of area of expertise.
Well...
In terms of, anything What?
Well, I mean, it's not my area of expertise either, but you know, if you see something a bit weird and be like, "Oh, that's magic. That don't make sense." That sort of thing.
Yeah, there's nothing out of the ordinary. I just think, people have been getting sick a lot recently. I don't know if it's like some kind of stomach bug going around. You're working for the government. I feel like you should bring this up with them, that there's some kind of stomach bug going around.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's got to be
I'll pass it on.
The most kind of, yeah. And I feel like, I don't know, Gary, do you have those weird dreams as well? And Gary turns to the other construction worker and is like, I mean, not as abstract as the ones you describe, Steve, but yeah, my dreams have definitely not been normal. Sort of strange. I feel like I dream about clouds a lot, about like different colours and things.
Clouds, you say?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. You got something in common at least.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to have this in common, you know?
Oh, come on, people. As you say, it's a camaraderie. Could be the start of a beautiful friendship, romance, or whatever tickles your fancy.
What the hell is Raina doing?
Shipping.
Hey! That's the questionnaire, so if I could just have your name and date of birth, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, of course.
Is he know his date of birth and the year and everything? Does it have any problems?
Yeah, I can't remember. We begin in the year of our Lord Ofcom. I can't remember what year we're in.
I don't mean you have to give me a date or anything. I'm more looking for, like, is that a problem with him? Or is he just like,
no,
yeah, this
he
is
can
my
remember. He can remember his date of birth, and it is like a normal date of birth within the last 30 or 40 years, not like, 100 years ago. Yeah.
And then I'll look at it and... Oh, it might be a bit weird, but however long ago or, like, long to their birthday is, I'll just be like, oh, your birthday's in 3 months. Well, happy birthday for them, or something like that.
He goes, oh, thank you very much.
All right. Nice to see you, and I'll give Gary and Steve both a gold piece, because, Gary was involved too. Gary answered the question.
Yeah. I think as you kind of sort of finish up your conversation, Gary says, I really mean what I said about the stomach bugs. I feel like you need to let the government know, because it's not okay. We have so many folks off sick, we can barely do our jobs,
Oh yeah, I will definitely let them know. We better look into like water supplies and things and find a cause of the problem.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I wonder if that fancy fella that we used to work for, I'm pretty sure he's on the board of governors for the water supplies, so maybe you should take it up with him. I bet he's got enough money and probably not enough sense to fix the problem, but I'm sure he can throw money at it.
Oh, I'm sure he can. And then we, try and get him to throw money at people like you who've got the sense. Yeah, it's a win-win, isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe we should just unionise.
Well, I'll see you around, Gary.
And you, what was your name?
Annabelle.
Cheers, Annabelle.
Ask what the businessman's name is!
Oh, that's a good point. What was that guy's name?
Thank you, mysterious voice from the corner.
Why didn't I name an important NPC?
Oh my gosh, you're pointing me to this NPC and you didn't name them.
I know.
Okay, I thought it was going to be my brother.
I thought it was going to be Vega Camarille's.
Oh my god, it would have been funny if it was Vega Camarille's.
Is it going to be... Can it be Morgan's brother?
That's actually funnier, yeah. You know what, I'm going to do that. It's going to be Morgan's brother, yeah.
So that's Arthur Prosperity Aldrich.
Oh, yeah.
His virtue name is Prosperity?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Literally the entire description in my cheat sheet is obnoxious businessman who isn't as clever as he thinks he is.
So, yeah, that's kind of perfect.
Perfection.
You can just go back and you can pretend it was supposed to be my brother all along.
Prosperity, that was his name. It was Aldridge, Mr. Aldridge.
Oh, Aldridge.
Yeah, yes, because of course, you're right, Steve, because he's the one whose sister's the weird one with the wings.
Yeah, right. Well, I should be going now, but lovely to see you.
She's an odd one. I've not seen her around in a long time.
I just stand up and like awkwardly lean on the table so I'm directly in between their view of
in line of
Morgan.
sight.
And I'm like, right, well, I think that drink disagreed with me a little bit.
It's the water. It's what I told you. It's the water.
Oh, could be. Well, toodles.
Toodles?
All right.
And I just like head towards the door and I grab Morgan on the way out and just march her out of the door. Deck of Many Aces is Anne Chisholm, Eiriol Evans, Ellie Webster, Katie McLeod, and me, Chloe Elliott. Really big thanks to our patrons Nate Scott Jones, Ouroboros, EK Green, Space Ben, Callum D, Ebad, KP, and Steph Burt Stelia. Head to patreon.com/Deck of Many Aces to hear your name in that list of legends and check out the bonus content that we offer. Alternatively, you can go to supporter.acast.com/Deck of Many Aces with dashes between the words for one-time donations. If you enjoy our podcast, please do give us a review. It's incredibly helpful for growing podcasts like ours, and we read them all, and it makes us really happy. You can leave us a review on the podcast platform of your choice, or alternatively on Podchaser. You can follow us on social media at Deck of Many Aces, pretty much everywhere. Or if you want to get in contact with us by email, you can send an email to deckofmanyaces@gmail.com. All the music for this podcast is written by me, Chloe Elliott. You can find it on all music streaming platforms. The entire thing is on SoundCloud though, so there's your tip. Go there for all of the secrets. And if you want to find us in other places on the internet, you can find myself and Am on our sister podcast, A Rendezvous with Destiny. You can also find me on Bowies and Spelljammer, which airs on the Roleplay Factory on YouTube. And to find out what creative things that Ellie is up to, head to the episode description to sign up for their mailing list. Well, that's me signing off. Have an ace week. Bye!